Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron and today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And we're going to be talking about underappreciated, underutilized, just characters that deserve way more credit than they get in this game.
I am a division manager. That is very important.
Do not raise
very
your voice
important.
at me or
you
at
don't
Barris.
talk
Do
to
you
me like
hear
that.
Ted?
People are scared of me.
I'm going to specifically talk about 5 characters tonight. They may not be the most underappreciated characters out there. They're just ones that I've really noticed lately. Ones I really don't have the gear in them that I wish I had. They're always just kind of put to that back burner because something else is going on.
I'm important too.
And I need to just, one of these days, focus on these characters because they are outstanding heroes that can help you in a variety of instances, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and dive in. If you guys have any teams or any characters out there that you think are underappreciated, underutilized, go ahead and throw them in the comments section below. Let's see what the community can kind of kick up here as far as characters that they really love.
You love me. You really love me.
And are not getting near enough credit. Alright guys, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for any upcoming content and check out some of my older videos, especially my faction guides if you're a big Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes player. Hopefully they can help you out. Let's dive in. Let's start out by talking about Barris, a really underrated character in my opinion. I really wish I could get more gear into her, especially now that I've unlocked Jedi Master Kenobi, considering she is a Jedi Galactic Republic. But we're going to talk about her kit a little bit and what makes her so special.
Well, isn't that special?
So on her basic here, 45% chance to heal for 6% of her max health. Her Force Healer ability, she's going to equalize everybody, and then each ally is going to recover 15% of max health and gain defense up. Her leadership we're not really going to talk about. It's not really utilized, but this is the big one on swift recovery here. Not only does she dispel all debuffs on the weakest ally and gain 10% turn meter for each debuff dispelled, but this is the big one. Whenever an ally is critically hit, that ally recovers 20% health and Barris gains 10% turn meter. So, critically hitting, she almost negates it, which is absolutely insane. So as you can see here with the mods, you load her up on health mods, which is really going to help with those heals recovering based on her percentage of max health. But the craziest thing here about Barris and what I think makes her so underrated is all allies get the heal. All allies, alright? Even though she's Galactic Republic Jedi, you can throw her in with Sith team and she's still going to give those benefits. So not only does she have a really wonderfully defensive kit that can help sustain on defense in Grand Arena or in Conquest with Jedi Master Kenobi, something like that, but you can throw her in even with dark side teams. All those challenges out there that are like must have one dark side and one light side person remaining, throw in Barris. Keep her alive with, tanks and stuff to support. She's going to help keep them alive in turn. She's just a really underutilized character that I really wish I could put more gear into. Alright, now that we've talked about Barris, let's move on. Next, we'll go ahead and start with one of the ugliest characters in this game, Newt Gunray.
That's ugly.
Who is an absolutely outstanding separatist leader in this game, and really considering you have the main Geonosian bug team and then your droid team with Grievous, this dude gets overlooked a little bit, but especially in 3v3 when you got some extra separatists kicking around, this dude is just crazy good, and it's all about manipulating turn meter. So talking about his kit a little bit here, the basic is nothing special, but it gets special when we start talking about extortion. So when you're throwing extortion on an enemy, you're going to go ahead and inflict speed down on all enemies and deal max health damage. Motivate here, if they have extortion, you're going to increase their cooldowns, and it's going to call all separatist allies to assist. And here you go on your lead. Separatist allies have plus 15% speed and potency for each enemy with extortion. And to wrap it all out, the Viceroy's Reach here. Whenever a separatist ally inflicts a debuff, max health damage again. But also, enemies with extortion have negative 30% speed and offense. So if they have extortion with his unique negative 30% speed and offense, but you're also casting speed down on everyone, and oh, by the way, everybody who has extortion, every separatist gains 15% speed. Once Newt gets rolling with the extortions on the field, it is almost impossible to stop the Separatist faction from continuing to roll, especially considering getting rid of extortion is basically an ability block because that erases that person's turn. It moves on to the next one. So it's kind of an ability block on top of the fact that all of this turn meter manipulation is occurring at the same time. Once Newt has Separatists rolling, he's almost impossible to stop, which is why you're going to want speed and potency for him. We want those effects, and we want them out now, and we want them to keep going out. The more extortion he can get on the field, the more effective he is as a leader. And again, on the leadership, once you have it Zeta, once they don't clear their extortion, it automatically passes to another one. So if they don't waste that turn by getting rid of extortion, then they're just slowing down the team and speeding up the Separatist team. So absolutely outstanding leader for the Scoundrel and Separatists, mainly Separatists. I really wish I could put more gear into this dude and utilize him more often. But again, underrated, I think. People know about him, but man, he can be so good. Let's talk about one of my personal favorites and somebody, again, I think is crazy underrated, the Sith Marauder. The good news is you can't totally overlook this dude if you get Sith Eternal because he is needed at Relic 7, which is why I have him there, but I love him anyway.
Darling, watch me love you anyway.
I always use him as a bit of a wild card. In 5v5 Grand Arena, I always run him with Darth Revan. But once you're into that 3v3 or some of the other challenges and stuff, like this dude is an awesome wild card. I actually use him to solo quite a bit, like Gear 12 teams, especially anybody that assists, which I'll show you here in the kit. Offense down on the basic, nothing too crazy there. This starts to get a little crazier. It's actually a massive damage ability, and he can actually reduce the target's max health, which is really awesome. But the unique is where our moneymaker is, okay? He's got 10% defense, health steal, and tenacity, which the health steal is the huge part there. So when he throws his sabers on that second ability, he ends up healing quite a bit because it is a massive damage ability. But here's the real kicker for Sith Marauder. When an enemy uses an ability outside of their turn, Sith Marauder gains 20% turn meter. So all of those mass assist teams, Imperial Troopers, Bounty Hunters, Ewoks, any of those teams that are constantly calling assists, he will straight up interrupt their turn meter train. General Grievous, Geonosian Bugs, all of those teams, he will straight up interrupt their turn meter trains and pop big hits on characters and heal himself in the process. Not only that, but he also has a ship, and this ship is a tank. Granted, it doesn't really pair that well with anybody right now because it is Sith and Sith Empire, and there isn't really a whole lot of feasibility out there for a Sith fleet right now. But it is always nice to have another tank that you can throw out there, throw some debuffs, soak up some damage, especially in like a Grand Moff Tarkin or Grand Admiral Thrawn kind of lineup. So really fun character that takes his turn, even if a turn meter train is rolling on the other team and they're calling assists. Hits like a truck, and you can really solo some teams, especially in like 3v3 Grand Arena. There aren't a whole lot of Gear 12 teams out there that I don't feel comfortable sending this dude against. So, really fun character, has a ship. You need him for Sith Eternal. You're going to love him. So here we go with my man Shore Trooper. I think a criminally underrated Imperial Trooper. We'll go through his kit, but there's going to be some serious highlights here. His basic is really not important at all. Regroup, we start to really get important, okay? All allies, and again, all allies, it doesn't say dark side or anything like that, so there's some plug-and-play viability. All allies recover health equal to 20% of Shore Trooper's max health and critical hit immunity for 2 turns, and he gains taunt. And whenever Shore Trooper loses a buff, the ability of this is cooled down. And stand guard is absolutely lovely, okay? And a lot of it's right here. Pre-taunt, 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 pre-taunt. There are not a ton of pre-taunt characters out there. They're absolutely outstanding when you can find them and throw them in a team. So we'll continue. Whenever an allied Empire unit uses a special ability, if Shore Trooper is taunting, they gain 15% turn meter, and Shore Trooper recovers 10% max health. While Short Trooper is active, Imperial Trooper allies have 10% max health. So throw him in with General Veers. Every time Imperial Trooper allies are getting buffs, they're gaining turn meter, and when Short Trooper is taunting, which again, he has a pre-taunt, they're going to gain 15% turn meter on top of that. So with this dude in your starting lineup, I'll go ahead and show you real quick the Imperial Trooper squad I'm currently running. It does such amazing work for me right here. So I have Veers, Piet, Stark, Gideon, and Short Trooper. Granted, there's a lot of Imperial Trooper lineups that work. This one works very well for me just because the turn meter control might be its highest right here just because of Moff Gideon and the pre-taunt on Short Trooper. Obviously, Range Trooper is going to be in the conversation, and the Imperial Troopers can flow all over the place. But I absolutely love Short Trooper. That pre-taunt is absolutely money.
You're so money and you don't even know it.
The regroup here is heal on top of, mixed with unique that's going to gain turn meter. It's just such a solid character. And again, hooray, he has a ship, and a ship that can lose capital ship turn meter for the other team anytime any ship is defeated. So if you're losing, he can get you back in the fight. It's paired with Death Trooper, who's outstanding also. So throw this dude in health mod sets. Health. Throw him health everywhere because the heal here is 24% of Short Trooper's max health. He's an outstanding character. He makes Imperial Troopers even better. The pre-taunt works all the time. You can throw him in any lineup. Guys, I love Short Trooper. So underutilized, underappreciated. Give this poor guy some love. I'm going to round out today's list talking about old Daca, Night Sister healer. What's really important about her kit is just a heal with a revive, but also on the basic, she has a 45% chance, and you can obviously raise that stun chance when you actually gear her up and use her for a stun, but also there's a chance that she will stun a separate enemy also. The chant of resurrection is revive a random Night Sister, but also has a chance to revive any other ally and heal them. Okay, so she is plug and play. Her leadership isn't that important, but here you go. Whenever any ally is defeated, old Daca gains 35% turn meter, and it reduces the cooldown of her resurrection by 1. When another ally is revived while she's active, then that person is going to get turn meter, offense up, defense up for 2 turns. So she can be plug and play, which makes her really important. And I don't know if you guys have seen the videos out there, especially if you plug and play her with Night Sister Zombie, who is constantly reviving. Old Daca gets a bunch of turn meter. She starts slinging those stuns around. If somebody is killed on the team, old Daca has a chance to revive them every single time that she uses that ability. And oh, by the way, that ability is constantly popping back up because serve again, she's reducing the cooldown of it and gaining turn meters. So she can be incredibly annoying, especially when she's paired with Night Sister Zombie. I would love to be able to have her to just use her for some cheese abilities.
Oh yeah, cheese.
Especially on offense. She can be utilized really, really well in a bunch of different lineups. Night Sisters also have their own challenge events that are out there. They can cheese through a lot of teams that are higher. Very solid character. Love the plug and play availability to cheese some stuff, especially when you have Night Sister Zombie. So she may not be quite as important as some of the others in my opinion, but she is still underutilized, not appreciated enough, and she's on my list. So there you have it, everybody. There's 5 characters that I think are very underutilized, underappreciated, and need more credit. So give them some love, give them some gear, give them some mods, use them. They are amazing, and I think they will help you out. Guys, if you like the video, give me a big thumbs up, please, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to get all the upcoming videos, okay? As always, have fun. Good luck. See you on the holo tables.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.